last session, this will be especially good for Lynn's benefit.
Yeah.
So you guys gave Grela a chance to explain herself, why she ended up in the Shadow Tower with Eva. So she had told you guys that she was setting up a new shop in Valido, and she had booked some clients, and she was waiting for her last client. And her last client came, and she had this weird gut feeling that something was wrong, but she pushed it aside. Next thing you know, people jump out from invisibility, knocked her unconscious, and when she woke up, she was standing in front of Eva.
Can you
And
go back to the words "next thing you know"?
yeah,
Because that seemed like a key thing.
okay, so next thing you know, there are Shadakai that appear out from invisibility and knocked her unconscious.
Okay.
And then when she awoke, she was standing in front of Eva, and Eva gave her a choice. Eva had told her that she was going to remove the shadow curse from the entirety of the Shadakai people. And when Grela had questioned what if she refused to help her, she felt as if something was taking control of her body instantly. So she technically wasn't being given a choice. So she figured she'd play along and try to find an opportunity to escape. Also try to find out how Eva was going to go about removing the shadow curse, since she did not tell her that. So she was constantly watched by her peers, and her spell components were taken away when they weren't in any combat situation. So she didn't really have much opportunity to escape. She did, however, learn that what aspect of Eva's plan was killing the Raven Queen. Yeah, so that's bad.
We did determine that, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, in the whole group's opinion, we decided that was a bad thing.
I mean, Raven wasn't assault against it. I mean, it's like kind of the whole racist curse. Isn't that a little unfair? But maybe that's not the right way to go about it.
I mean, there might be better ways of doing this, but
yeah, I feel like there might be a better way to do this.
Yeah.
So
you guys questioned her. You bopped her over the head with judgment just to make sure she was telling the truth. She did not resist. Insight checks indicated that she seemed to be telling the truth, and she wasn't lying when she was bopped on the head with judgment.
Didn't hear that.
So as you guys were talking, you told Grela that you had killed Eva, and Grela was like, "That's great. Did you deal with her wraith too?" Which is strange, because while the body was in your possession, she hadn't turned into one. Which is weird, because she's a Shadowkai. Upon closer inspection of the body, it was discovered that Eva's bones were constructed from metal. And
Look.
yeah. And
oh yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah,
getting
don't-
started.
we've just scratched the
in.
surface. So Zaitari, not knowing what the hell she was looking at, also Tilda had discovered that there was a scry currently taking place on the body itself. So that was pretty bad too.
Cut her hand off.
And you cut her hand. It gets worse.
And peeled the skin back like Terminator.
Yeah. So Zaitari meditated and asked Nick Nevin to take a look at it, which Nick Nevin was going to politely ask if she could possess Zaitari for a moment just to observe the body. So
Zaitari was like, "Yeah, bitch, fucking do it."
So Nick Nevin did, cracked open the chest of the body and took out what looked like a orb made like a orb cage, pretty much. Very similar to a component you would find in the Soul Cage spell, but according to the information given, it was a Soul Cage spell that seemed like it was modified. Possibly this cage-like device once contained a soul. Nick Nevin went on to explain to Zaitari when she was done with her investigation that what you guys had on your hands was a homunculus. Typically, wizards would create homunculi, or other spellcasters would create homunculi for familiars. However, one of this size and this intricacy, she could only think of two people who could make such homunculi. One was the Raven Queen. She's known to make homunculi of this complicated. The other is a Shatterkai who stole the knowledge of homunculi crafting from the Raven Queen and was currently in hiding from her wrath. This person's name is Helka, and last time she knew of Helka, she was currently located in Nortec Ironfast, hiding out with her 5 sons, who are not really people, but homunculi.
So we go to Nortec.
So you guys went to Nortec after you acquired another amulet of non-detection from Alexandria, and you
did Zaitari not get her voice back then?
Nope.
Cool.
We apparently didn't kill the real one.
Okay, so it wasn't that Eva was a homunculi the whole time. It's that this copy of Eva happened to be a homunculi, so we need to go kill the real one as well. Right? Am I on the right page?
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, you can only do one soul at a time, much like the clone spell. Like, it feels like this is a version of the homunculus spell, soul cage, and clone, basically, because of the soul transfer shit. So
catch up. I need these notes. So you guys teleported to Nortec using their sigil, and you promptly paid a visit to Prim, who is currently living at her aunt and uncle's house. And Albert was staying there still. Currently, he's a moocher and can't get his own place. So you guys were talking, and there was some tension between Rain and Tilda that had rose again. So you guys had like an intervention, which is ongoing via the thread. So we'll see how that turns out. But during dinner at Prim's house, her uncle did mention that you were afraid that Helka was no longer in the city, but he did mention that he saw Helka in the morning at the market. So as far as they know, Helka is still in the city. So that's pretty much where you are. This is probably post-intervention, sit down, make them talk. And however that resolves, we'll see. But for right now, you have the information of where Helka is. She currently resides next door to the Temple of Pelor, in the Lore Ward, and her home is connected to her shop. Helka is, according to Prim, a diviner. She speaks to the dead of loved ones for a particular price. She's very good at her job, and she is a old human woman that lives with her 5 sons, who are all hunters. And she's been in Ironfast, Nortec, for as long as anybody can remember.
Which it seems like longer than most humans should be alive, right?
Well, she's pretty old. Prim, you probably think Helka must be at least in her 80s, at least. Maybe
she's
older.
She's also just been around for as long as I can remember, right?
Yep.
Also, to go with the holy shit, the talk stuff that was happening with Rain and Tilda, me and KK were thinking to just make it a bit easy continuity wise, that we could just hand wave Tilda's reply and say that she was just didn't know what to say, and she was ruminating while we all went off, and she could be left back at the
Yeah,
house.
that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, Rain actually looked a little snooty and got up and left in the middle of dinner, so that's why. And they had to go. Prim as the dog had to go find Rain because Rain didn't think about. Oh yeah, I smell. You know. Oops, won't make that mistake again.
Bittersweet as a dog, yeah.
Yeah, invisibility doesn't cover your sun. So yes, this is where you guys all are currently. You're still at the house. We just hand waved the rising tensions between two of your party members, and yeah.
So, I guess now we're off to go find Helka, because that's what we were going to go do before we had to deal with this. So, because I'm sure we finish eating.
Yeah.
By this. Okay.
But at least we don't have to deal with any of those lewd men, right?
Yep. Thank God.
Prim would tell everyone, it's like, if you don't mind, Rain, I love you, dear. I really do. But I also think that someone should be around to watch Tilda, just in case she tries and does do something silly. Do you mind?
Prim, we need you to be our guide. I think Bittersweet, since you don't want to be seen necessarily out while we're in the city, maybe you could stay.
I don't know. I think they should both come.
It's up to you guys.
Okay.
Does Bittersweet make circles to agree with this?
Bittersweet will go, yes, as a dog, will do that thing where they stand up on their hind legs like a dancing bear.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll turn around and go to hang out with Tilda for a while.
Okay.
All right.
Which gives me the important question: has Prim leveled up along with other people?
Yes.
Okay.
She's been busy doing things that I messaged to you. I think that deserves a level up for all the shit that you're going to be dealing with.
Oh boy.
Or have been dealing with.
All right, hang on. Let me get Prim's roll 20's angry.
It's always angry.
It's so angry.
That's his secret.
Okay, it's loaded. All right, so we level 13 now?
12.
12.
Oh,
levels.
believe me, I wish.
I don't even know what happens at level 13. I've never reached level 13. Alright, let me roll... Let me open a cleric progression real quick. Please continue while I...
Just a little addendum to the response to the I love you bit. Rain says, I know, I was just really looking forward to seeing you, Prim. This just cuts off.
Rain, come here. This is like...
Gets down on her level.
Yeah, it's like Prim, like, it's in the middle probably of, like, was in the middle of strapping on armor. Parts of it are actually dusty at this point. She hasn't had to wear armor for a bit. So, like, she stops putting on one pauldron and goes up to where Rain is kneeling and, like, puts her hands on both of your cheeks. And she says, I've missed you. I've missed all of you.
Give her a hug.
Oh, thank you.
Here, I can help you out with that.
Thank you.
Yes, Rain has had a lot of practice.
Prim looks like she's she looks like she's thinking about that for a second, like she doesn't understand, and then she goes, "Oh, all right." So I'm glad.
How about you putting it on?
I'm glad that that's still a thing. Or are you too happy?
Rain just smiles.
I don't know, Melanie.
Yeah.
Are you too happy?
Are you done eating pie as we established last game?
I chew and I swallow and I'm like, Yeah, this pie's delicious. Of course I'm happy.
Oh, I see.
And then I
Melanie,
wink.
that's not very
I
nice.
wink.
Oh, by the way, Melanie, I have something I need to talk with you about later, but now's not the appropriate time, because Lynn, her controller, wasn't here. So,
okay, so let me. Okay, so I get. Roll 20. Why are you angry? Give me hit dice, please.
Yeah, last game I had a 3-day headache and couldn't
10.
come. This day I just can't hear you guys for a few seconds at a time.
That's
So-
alright.
that's such a bummer.
Yeah, we're gonna have to switch back if I can't get this fixed. But I haven't. This is the first time that I've known how often it does it because I haven't used voice chat before this. So I didn't realize how often it was happening.
Yeah, that's a huge bummer.
12. And one more.
But it's only out for a couple seconds, so if you guys say something to me and I don't respond,
Oh,
just wait like 30 seconds to say it again.
Nice.
Well, like 10 seconds and say it again.
Nice.
103 hit points. Now she has exactly as much as Bittersweet.
That's weird.
Triple digits. That
Do
must be high.
I feel like that
Do
fits.
clerics and druids have the same hit die? Because I know that
D8.
Yeah.
clerics are okay.
And guess whose wisdom is going? Because do I have shield mastery? I don't. Oh, fuck. Shield mastery or wisdom bump?
Wisdom bump.
Yeah, wisdom bump.
Always. Because you're a spellcaster.
I'm a spellcaster, but I'm a primarily physical fighter too. Or I get in the thick of it. But...
Well,
Honestly,
here,
I
let me
feel like
take
I
a
don't
look
use
at
my
shield
shield mastery nearly as often as I thought I would.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if it came up a lot for Melanie, I would say absolutely, but it doesn't really. Now,
It comes up
Sentinel,
occasionally, but Sentinel is a lot more. Sentinel and Mage Killer are both actually a lot more useful.
yeah, because you're also not fighting for a lot of things for your reaction besides an opportunity attack.
Mhm.
Well, no, that's right. You do have protection. So, like, you know, if you're not next to anybody, or, like, if it's more useful using your reaction for, obviously, a Sentinel hit when something's trying to move away, it fucking locks them down. So,
okay,
it's really
so
nice.
I'm sorry, Derek, that this is becoming. I should have asked if Prim was leveled up.
No,
before we
that's
started.
totally cool. It's totally fine.
So the main thing is wisdom bump. She gets an 18 wisdom,
Okay.
so +4, or because she uses spirit guardians a lot, Sentinel plus spirit guardians.
We've already got a Sentinel, so it's not going to proc if I'm the one near you. So I would go with the wisdom bump because I
you
mean
still
I'm the
have
other
to
person in the front line.
striding and springing, right? Your movement is
Yes,
okay.
my movement is 30.
Okay, because otherwise I would have said mobile, but I think you should definitely take the wisdom bump.
Okay.
That makes the save for Spirit Guardians higher too, doesn't it? The wisdom bump.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
does, but Sentinel would keep them from moving out of its AoE. So it would proc every turn there, every time they tried to get away from me. But if I stick near someone who does have Sentinel anyways, then I can just...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would definitely say the wisdom bump.
Okay.
The way to go.
All right, 14 con, 14 wisdom.
Nice.
A beefy.
Nice.
All right.
And I get things.
Other things.
Destroy undead. Okay.
All right.
Alright.
All right. So you
Yeah,
guys.
But yeah, and Prim would get all her armor on and go and get her hammer or her hand axe from where it's been hanging up on the wall. And
I'm assuming that we've had a long rest since the last combat, and I'm full
Oh,
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You guys rested at the townhouse in Valido, so you guys had that long rest.
Yeah, we're all good in that regard. So while Prim is walking us, so Prim, what have you been up to while you've been away from us for so long?
oh, Well, so I know that you're all aware that things in Ironfast, and specifically things in Nortec, haven't been very good lately.
Yes. You said as much when you left us, so.
I've been working on that. I met up with an old friend. He has a lot more influence than I do. Especially he's from a quite wealthy merchant family.
Oh, is that the old friend I wink that you told us
Yes.
about before?
He's married now.
Okay.
There's I believe he has a child on the way.
Hmm.
And but he agreed to help me. With his help, I've been able to do a lot more good than if I was just working on my own. I've been building up contacts within the city guard and finding people who still believe that this city should be run on the basis of justice rather than just money. And I think it's going well. I've got a couple of people who are a couple of people in the ranks of the guards who are keeping an eye out on things for me, and there's even a few of the local ghosts who have agreed to help, if only on a as necessary basis.
Hmm.
They would rather do things their way or no way. But I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to make some real change.
Sounds exciting.
It's not really. It's
Yeah.
a lot of hard work and sleepless nights. And
I meant more
worrying.
so that the changes could happen.
Well, with that part is exciting, yes. The part where I fall asleep worrying that my aunt and uncle's shop is going to be set on fire because I'm poking my nose where I shouldn't. That part is a bit nerve-wracking, but
Oh,
I'm
yes.
getting used to it, I think.
Well, if you ever get truly in over your head, you know that you can call on us, and we will come and, shake down whoever needs shook.
Oh, yes. I mean, we're
I
very
am very willing to tackle people. You just point at somebody, and I will tackle them. No questions asked.
Do they
Well,
have
yes.
to be...
Possibly
we are
not
very
enough
aware
questions
of
asked.
We are very aware of this.
Prim is smiling and she's like, I'll keep that in mind, Melanie. Do they have to be holding an armful of potions first, or do they have to be...
no. Just alive or dead. Actually, no, I am willing to tackle anyone you need.
I mean, you pretty much told her to tackle people before, and she's done it.
Yeah.
Such power. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do with all of it.
Just point.
I mean, we are heroes of Leona, after all, so... As are you.
And Ray kind of leans over. If you want a little more discretion.
No, I don't think so. I mean, for now, yes, but... when we need to throw our influence around for Prim's enemy, we can definitely throw that around.
Ray was more suggesting that, if you don't want to tackle someone, you just want to stab him in the back of an alley and ditch him in a...
I get 6th level spell! Oh!
There's the power going to her head again.
Oh. Shit! It's heal.
That's
it's gotta be heal.
evil giggle.
Oh yeah, heal all the way.
It's either heal or harm.
The 700 hit points to distribute.
No, that's mass heal.
Oh.
Heal is 70 hit points to one person.
Yeah, mass heal is a 9th level spell.
Oh, is it? Okay. I remember you guys casting it and changing the tide of battle, but I couldn't remember what level it was.
I'm just saying, I have exactly 70 hit points. So.
Harm is pretty also good.
I like that it would basically just be like taking you from 0 to 100, so you're down, and then you're just like right back up, just like, whoa! Like a adrenaline shot to the chest, just right back up.
And
Heroes
also
Feast.
Heroes Feast, Blade Barrier.
Blade Barrier. I love Blade Barrier. It's such a good cleric spell.
I do like Blade Barrier. Harm is pretty cool. 14d6 necrotic damage. There's no good place to get a list of spells anymore.
Yeah, there is. The thing that I use.
I
That's
use
linked
D&D.
before me.
I use D&D spells myself.
Okay. Thanks, D&D Beyond, I guess.
This one. This has all the spells.
That one? Nice. I didn't know that was a thing.
That's what I always. But
Okay.
anyways, do we?
Yeah. Oh,
Get to the
hold
place.
on. I need my dice.
Oh, okay.
That would be helpful.
Because as we get to the place, I feel like Rain should definitely scout. Make sure she's actually there, and if anything, she can get to location so that we can.
Can everybody roll perception checks for me, please?
Sure.
I must.
Completely average.
I was gonna say we were down our perceiver, but then I remember that Rain has all of the things as well.
She has all the things. I mean, you. All right. So you guys know this that. So some of you know this that. All right. So for Melanie. All right. Everybody knows.
What did we notice? I'm sorry, I wasn't here.
Sorry. Okay. So everybody notices that there has been a female dwarf. Looks about maybe teenage age-ish with like black hair and a loose ponytail that has been following you guys. Rain, you notice there is a second similarly aged male dwarf who's been much quieter than his female counterpart. And he's also been following you guys. About like maybe 40 feet behind you guys.
How far away is the female dwarf?
She's a little closer. She's maybe about 20 feet.
How certain am I that she's been following us?
You've been pretty certain because she has been making a lot of noise. She's been stumbling a bit. She has been... And she's been doing this for probably half the length of your trip to Helka's place.
What do I need to roll to tackle this person?
Oh, come on, hold on.
All
Just
right.
give me 1 minute before you do that.
I was gonna say, Rain would like to, if there's a place where we're coming up, like whisper, yeah, this guy, dwarf this way and a female dwarf this way, and then is there a place like where she could peel off, go invisible, and double back? And
Oh yeah, there's
follow the
definitely
guy?
like a bunch of like alleyways and whatnot that you can definitely do that.
I
I was also
will
going
give
to
them
say
time, but I am prepping a tackle.
Okay.
over the
Old
brooch,
tackle.
because we all have a brooch in this fucking group that we're walking with. Yes, I noticed them too. And again, this is over the brooch. I can just make us all invisible. Rain, you could do it at the same time. How do you feel about that?
Can I tackle them while I'm invisible?
I'd like to get closer to him and see what's going on. So, if you could be bait for a little bit.
Fine.
Okay, we'll be bait.
All right. So you're
And
gonna
if you
peel
get in
off.
trouble, just tackle him.
All right. So you're gonna
Okay.
peel off, go invisible, and try to maybe listen to him because the girl looks like she's like talking, but you can't quite. You're kind of too far away to make out what she's saying.
Yeah, I count that. Like double, turn a corner, go invisible, and then, back the other way.
Okay. Roll a stealth check. The rest of you are keep walking.
Yeah, we're just very aware now, so.
Okay. Of course. Yeah.
I'm
no
assuming
way.
that once he was pointed out, I could see the male dwarf.
Yeah, you could see the male dwarf. He's a little
Okay.
further away. And you eventually you see the male dwarf trying to catch up to the woman. Rain, you go invisible, hang back to hear what the female dwarf is saying.
Mhm.
And this is what you hear. Oh my gosh, it's her!
Oh
Timon!
my god.
Timon!
Oh my god.
Do you think
Oh,
she'll
we got fangirls.
Do you think she'll sign my? Do you think she'll sign my? You know, my sheet music? And you hear Timon say, "Why don't you just go and ask her?" And
I forgot I fucking played here.
and then you hear the female just. I don't want to bother her. She looks like she's busy. You think it's weird? I think it's really weird if I just go and ask and you hear, Nisfa, just go and ask. I want to go to bed.
Is the male dwarf, is he like watching this female dwarf at all or paying any attention?
Yeah, they're talking back and forth. It
Oh,
looks like
both
they
of them?
might. Yeah,
Okay.
they're conversing with each other now that Timon has caught up to. Now that you get a closer look at them, they look like they might be related.
Don't forget about
Yeah.
just saying.
I'm gonna become visible, but like not like right in front of him.
Okay.
And and oh, are you talking about what name did you perform under? Because I would have known.
It was
under.
Zaitari.
It was Zaitari.
It was me, yeah.
I'll come up to him and say, "Are you talking about Zaitari?"
And the female dwarf is like.
I heard you talking about the music sheet.
And she like clutches something to her chest and she nods. She doesn't say anything.
I think we should go.
I did music.
We should
and
go
dance.
get. I think we
There's
should
mostly
go
a
up
dance
there
thing.
and see her. I think we should go see her.
And you
She
hear
seems real friendly.
you see Timon is like, oh, thank you. But the girl has like at the prospect of meeting Zaitari has like completely frozen up, and you see the blush going
Zaitari, come here quickly. I need your help.
up her cheeks, and she's like,
Do I have to make a deception check?
Sure, if you're not, well, I mean, you're not.
What
Are you?
doing?
I said, Zaitari, come here. I need your help quickly.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll say over the brooch, where are you? What's
I
up
wave.
with yours?
I'm visible.
Oh, okay. I'll do a quick jog over. It's
Oh
looking
my
a
God!
bit
Look,
worried.
she's coming over here.
Are you doing that quick thing where like you're trying to walk across a crosswalk and the cars need to go, and so you're just like
Yeah,
not quite running but not walking?
correct. Yeah,
Nice,
I'm
nice.
doing a quick step. Yeah.
And you hear her say to Timon, "What do I do? What do I do?" And Timon just act natural. She's probably really nice, and
I'm just gonna step back a little bit, just behind him, and go invisible. And
Rain,
go back to the group.
Rain, you are infuriating. What do you want?
and you see this teenage girl dwarf just look at you like starstruck, clutching some papers in her hand, and you see the male dwarf try to kind of like push her a little bit, but she's not budging.
Rain, go visible this instant, and tell me what you needed me for.
Seeing that Rain has gotten up to shenanigans, Melanie wanders over. Doesn't say anything,
This
just
is your.
wanders
You
over.
gotta greet your fan base, Zaitari.
Excuse me?
What's going on?
And you all of a sudden the girl looks at you, Zaitari, and then she says, "I really like your music. Okay, bye." And she starts running the opposite direction, and you see the male dwarf just look at her.
you
And look at the
Rain is
music
laughing.
need me
sheet.
to tackle her, I can stop her if you want me to.
Melanie, I swear, if you tackle my one fan, I'm going to kill you.
No, I'll tackle her to stop her from running away, and then you can meet your
No,
fan.
no.
Okay, fine.
And you hear the time in the Meldorf groan. I'm really sorry about my sister. She really likes your music. She was trying to get your autograph, and now she is probably embarrassed herself. Could you sign this for her, please?
Of course. Do you have a pen?
Yep. Britt produces a
Oh,
quill.
what a good brother.
All right.
And,
and who am I signing this to?
Nisva. Nisva.
Okay.
I really appreciate this.
Of course. Yeah, I'll sign it to my first and biggest fan. With all my love, Zaitari.
Aw.
He when you finish and he takes the sheet music and he bows. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll do well to my first and biggest fan, Nisva, to personalize it.
Okay.
Sign it the same way at the end.
Okay. He thanks you and he sighs and starts walking off in the direction she ran.
All right, wait 1 second. Prim.
Yes?
If you don't mind and we have time later, could you tell this gentleman where your house is? Because that's where I'll be staying. If she would like to speak with me and actually try to do a do-over? If that's all right with you.
Yes, I as long as I'm, one of us is home. I mean, I can't imagine that Aunt and Uncle will mind too much.
Okay.
I would like to roll an insight check on this guy, by the way.
Okay.
Make sure he's
Yeah,
not
I'm
just an
absolutely not
assassin.
going
What are you trying to discern? Like, if he's just...
If he's here to kill us.
Well, your insight check reveals that he's pretty embarrassed about his sister right now. You're not getting any murderous vibes from him.
Okay.
No murder vibes from the superfan. Got it.
Got it.
That comes later.
Yeah, when they start wearing our skin.
We might be there
Okay.
later this evening if she wants to try again.
Okay.
If we're not there, it's probably because we're busy.
Okay. If Nisva hasn't died of embarrassment, I'll try to convince her to stop by.
All right. Tell her it was lovely to meet her.
Will do. He takes the sheet music, once again bows, and goes towards in the direction she ran. You guys have
Roll20 is showing me what all my passive scores are now. Thanks, Roll20.
Do you have that box checked?
I
Or is
might.
that just-
I have a passive intimidation of 9.
Oh, no, it's just... I think that's just legit doing it now. Yeah, because mine's doing the same thing.
A passive intimidation of 9.
My passive performance... My passive performance is a 23.
When you're just walking around, just minding your own business.
So
I more so
Charming everyone's
imagine it
pants off.
if I'm not trying to be like extra, if I'm just like playing some music, I might just be
And
able to
I
do it
have
well.
a passive stealth of 8. Yeah. Passive sleight of hand.
Okay.
That's how Rain has so much money. She's just constantly stealing stuff.
She's like
She doesn't even
magnet.
notice.
It's like fucking Assassin's Creed.
Just walking through the crowd.
And so and just pickpocket and then run away, run on the rooftops, and they don't catch you. I mean, you're invisible too, so nobody will ever be able to catch you if you ever want to make some money.
It's too easy.
Okay.
So, yeah, Rain goes visible again. So that was a fun fan interaction, wasn't it, Zaitari?
Oh yes, because you didn't just totally freak her out or anything.
You two are ridiculous.
It was unique. And I like to bring people together.
I wouldn't have mind talking to her, but I'm sure you just made her nervous, but that's okay, whatever. Maybe I'll be able to talk to her later.
Yeah, she seemed pretty enamored with you. I felt. But we continue on, I think.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Walking and talking.
That was enough shenanigans for now.
You eventually reach a surprisingly one of the very few wooden structures that are currently in Nortec. It is a one-floor building next to the Temple of Pelor. Construction-wise, pretty sturdy, made of oak. There's a very large metal knocker in the shape of a lion's head that's fit onto the door. The curtains are currently closed. There is light bleeding through the curtains, so it looks like somebody's home.
Mm-hmm.
And outside, you see there are a number of very large crates. They don't appear to be, the lids don't appear to be nailed down as of yet. They're still sticking up from the wood. And yeah, this is Prim. This is Helka's house. She usually will take individuals in the front of the house as for clients, and the rear of the house is usually used as a living space.
Is there an alleyway I can duck into?
Yes.
Okay. Also, Prim, quick question. Since I don't quite know, and Rober was racist, is Nortec racist against elves?
I would say that Nortec is somewhat racist against anyone who isn't a dwarf.
Okay.
Though not, I suspect, to the degree that you're thinking of.
Okay.
Mostly it has to do with business. You
Oh,
won't get
okay.
a good deal if you're not a dwarf.
Okay. All right. Then I'll just be back in a moment. I go into an alleyway. I use Mask of Many Faces to disguise myself as my usual high elf disguise form thing that I use.
Question.
Yes.
Raven's choice. I know you're currently wearing it. Is
I
it
am.
under your clothes?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever form I take with my disguised self, it's going to be some kind of like billowy, long cloak gown. Something fashionable, probably somewhat tight to the body, but it has like a turtleneck.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I mean, unless she tries to touch me, she's not going to be able to tell that I'm disguised.
Okay.
Or it's true sight.
All right.
Case, fuck. But yeah, either way, Raven Queen's choice is definitely out of the way.
All right. Perfectly fine.
I come back. I say hello.
That was a
Zaitari?
step.
Huh? What did you say, KK?
I was like, that was a step. No.
You've seen me use this before.
I know.
I don't think
The
Prim
clones are
has.
different, though.
I don't think Prim has, though.
Probably not. I haven't had to. Also, Mask of Many Faces is new for Zaitari, since we saw each other last for Prim. But
Just, Zaitari, is that you?
yes, that would be me.
Oh. I don't like it. It's too pale.
Well, we're gonna go with Seraphina for now.
Oh.
Okay, she's heard of me.
I
And
think you guys go in the front legitimately and take a look around the back for an alternate route.
I think so. Or you could just come in. Actually, maybe I think you should come in with us invisibly.
All right.
Melanie, Prim, you shall be my entourage if that Suffice.
Rar. I can be your pet bear.
You can be my bodyguard. Just a very special bodyguard. And Prim, you can be my guide for the city. Does that make sense?
Works
Yeah.
for me.
Okay, I'll do most of the talking. Remind me again, what does Helka typically do?
She's a medium, right?
Yeah, so I would know like the gist of
Yeah.
the services.
So
she
she
contacts dead loved ones.
Yeah, her specialty is she contacts dead loved ones. Those are that service in itself is very expensive, and she typically you've heard from other individuals that she typically only performs the ritual once a week, if somebody wants that. She does do like fortune telling through like crystal balls or tarot cards. That service is pretty, it's not as expensive. It's only a few silver if you want to get a reading. But the contacting the dead loved ones is significantly more expensive.
Also,
Depends.
Rain. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say it depends on which one you want to go with.
I think that if you were to try to contact a dead loved one, then using a fake person would raise suspicion, and using a real person would raise suspicion. I think that you should go with fortune telling.
We'll see how it goes. I have an idea for what to do. But, Rain, once we get inside, I want you to see how many of her sons are either, well, yes, more so in the house.
Oh, what are the chances this is going to end in us, killing her and her sons and everything? Like,
We
what is the
definitely
likelihood of violence?
we definitely don't want to kill her. But the sons, I also really don't want to try to kill them.
They're not real, aren't they? You said that they were homunculi.
They are.
That's not a real person.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm conflicted about it. I want to see where we can get through talking. At the very least, we might be able to compromise her or her sons, one of her sons, to enough point where she will just have to talk and listen to us. So,
Understood.
Prim, do you have a zone of truth today? Please say yes.
No, but I can because I just realized I haven't picked any of my spells.
Please take it.
You can
yes.
Yeah, you can retcon it. I'll let
Okay.
you.
Okay.
You knew this was going to happen.
That's fair.
Maybe,
Okay.
kind of. I'll let you do
eh.
it.
It's fine.
Give me the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, knowing what you've been doing these past couple of months,
She would probably have that.
you'd probably
in
have that
general.
prepped all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be less likely to have your harmy-hurdy spells and more like your supporty,
Investigating.
Yeah.
supporty investigating spells. Yep.
Zone of truth
Supporting
is what we're talking about, I
investigating
take it?
spells.
Yes. So Rain, once we get inside, if you can, try to get around and see if you can see how many of her sons are in the house. And if we need to, we might be able to use them as lever.
Sons. Anything else interesting? Gotcha.
Okay. Oh, obviously, feel free to take anything that looks interesting.
And if anything turns violent, we'll know where they are and how many are there. So.
We'll try to keep her talking.
Oh yes, I understand, but I'm just saying it's always good to know, where your opponents are.
If we do go the fortune-telling route, I want to inquire about the contact, mostly just to stall for time. But if we do go for fortune-telling, Melanie, would you be all right with the fortune-telling being for you?
Sure.
My excuse would be, I would like to see it in action before I get it performed on myself.
Absolutely, that's
Because
fine.
I don't want her divining anything untoward off of. Granted, if she is legit, she'll be able to maybe get it off of you, but I feel like there's less risk.
Okay.
Do we have our plan?
Absolutely.
And break.
Alrighty.
All right.
Remember, I'm
Honestly,
Serafina.
if you wanted to, contact dead people, and I think she could contact a dead person for me as well if you wanted to do that.
That's true.
Actually, there's somebody that I wouldn't mind talking to if that's the route we go. So,
Okay. I would imagine it's more of we have to schedule.
yeah.
So, all right. Remember, my name, Serafina.
I'm Celeste.
We don't have to change your name if you don't want to.
Okay. I'm Mel.
It's more to make sure she hasn't heard of.
I don't think that I'm famous unless you're a dwarf that I've tackled.
True. All right. So I'll go up to the door and knock.
Okay. You go up to the door and knock, and you hear muffled male voices. 1 minute. A very lanky, scruffy-haired, hawk-nosed man about roughly maybe 32 answers the door.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks a little tired, but he says, hello, can I help you?
Yes, I'm here looking to speak with Helka.
Oh, are you here for a reading or or for her other service?
Potentially both. I'm interested in discussing first, though.
I see. Well, usually we don't take anybody this late. Let me speak with my mother, and I'll be back momentarily. Come in.
Okay. As he lets us in, I'm gonna pause briefly to try to let Rain go in first, so that
Okay.
the door doesn't get shut on her, and then
Yeah, just zoop.
Okay. When you enter the area, there are a number of tables set up. There is a staircase going down. Maybe there's probably like a garden level or a cellar. It's not too uncommon here, Prim. And he gestures to one of the tables. Please have a seat. I'll go see if Mother is willing to take any customers this evening. You do know the first thing you do notice is there are a couple smaller crates. It looks like things are being packed up, but it looks like they're still in the process of being packed up. And judging from like some of the dust on this individual's clothing, it looks like he was in the process of doing the packing when you had come to the door.
Knowing what we know, is there anything that's odd looking about this person?
Roll a investigation check. You're just as you're walking past him, you're just taking as
I was just gonna watch and make sure that like their eyes, see if they track me, because like, the eyes don't lie.
right.
Just in case for some reason they have,
All right, you can
Tigers.
you can roll an investigation check as well. Melanie, as far as you can see, he seems to be. If you didn't know any better, he seems to be just a regular human male individual. Rain, you do not think he is tracking you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't believe I caught your name. My name is Serafina.
Oh, my apologies. Aegis. Aegis is my name.
I'll shake his hand. It's
Okay.
a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well, miss.
So I noticed a lot of crates while I was walking here and now inside. Do you plan on, if you don't mind me asking, moving or something?
Yes. Mother thinks it's time to have a change of scenery. Probably perhaps going down south. The winters aren't very kind to her arthritis.
Oh, yes, I would imagine.
Yeah, being in this cold climate, it took some convincing, but my brothers and I, it would be beneficial for all of us I'm a hunter by all of us are hunters by trade, so the game might be better down south during warmer months. So we're currently relocating. It might take some time to pack up everything. We've been here for so long.
It's a damn shame, if you don't mind me adding. You've been here. You and your mother have been here since I was young.
I'm sorry, Miss Prim. We were going to let people know, but we were. The process has been very slow. She's acquired a lot of delicate things over the years, so we're trying to figure out the best way to pack them. We were going to make our rounds and say goodbye eventually, but it's just there's so much stuff in this house.
Did you have any specific plans for where to relocate? What with Valido being in somewhat turmoil, it might be a good place to snatch up some property now.
Maybe. We were thinking more, maybe Gadarn, maybe. Actually, like Mother's arthritis would react very well to Skorwick's weather. As far as I remember, they don't really have a true winter down there because of all the volcanic activity. We choose an area, of course, that is not in the zone of an active volcano. I don't.
Imminent danger.
Yes, Mother can't move that fast anymore. But get comfortable. I'm gonna go to the back and see if she is not asleep yet, and see if she'll take on a customer. So just one moment, please. And
wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
If I might ask, if it's not too much trouble, would I be able to get some tea?
Oh, yeah. I'm going downstairs. Some of my other brothers are there. I'll have one of them make you some.
Thank you.
And you see him take the staircase going down.
Useful information. I was also trying to stall him so that Rain could get some time in to move around.
Yeah, there's a staircase going down, and there's like no other doors up here besides going out, or...
Alright, so there's the staircase going down. When you immediately come into the door, on your left, there's the staircase going down. To your right, there looks like to be a door that goes into another room. There is a bookshelf, and around the corner of that bookshelf, there are two sets of doors. One to the right, and actually, let me fog of war this map and actually show you. This was come on, you can do it.
I believe in you, roll 20.
Darren's like,
they're gonna fuck this up.
Yeah.
They have the
I
good
think I'm gonna
net.
make a battle map for this.
It's better because like
it also just is.
Yeah, it's easier
to
to talk.
Yeah,
for you to see. Hold on. What are you doing? Not hide areas, reveal areas. I'm a dumbass.
Also, I think you need to move us onto the map.
Yeah, I'm revealing the areas you can see currently, so I just want to make sure that.
No problem. I just wanted to make sure that like you knew that we were on the same map. I do it often.
Yeah, I think you had a nickel for every time you're on the wrong map.
Yeah. Or a nickel for every time you're on the wrong layer. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
can make a Roll20 competitor where that's not an issue.
If I had a nickel for every time that I was on the wrong layer, Roll20 would pay for its own subscription.
Oh, for sure. Alright, so you guys haven't seen the back of the house, so I'll keep that. Alright, so that's what you see. Alright, move you there. Alright, so you guys came from this front door, right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you enter, so you're in this area right now with the tables. These are the stairs going down. Let me reveal the door. So there's a door right there. There's a door right there, and there's a door right there. So there's 3 doors. Right there, right there, and right there. So there's 3 doors going to different areas.
And they're all closed?
They are all currently closed.
Let me see here. I would like to walk over to one of them. Let me just put myself on here. I'm gonna walk over here.
I just love how Rain comes out with the ninja already on her.
Yeah. I'll say over the brooch.
Touch
Rain-
the
go ahead.
knob.
Mm-hmm.
Is it locked?
It is locked.
Make your deck sick. No.
Interesting.
Uh,
Like I said, Rain.
Rain, I don't know what you want to do. Obviously, he said that there are a few of his brothers here. So, if you want to follow downstairs and take a closer look, you can, or you can check out some of these rooms. But I'm afraid that hell could be in.
Yeah.
If you have, I know you. Have
I'm going to
keen
go
ears.
downstairs first.
Okay, I know you have keen ears, so it might be worthwhile to listen to any doors that you want to go to first.
Do my elven ears here. Yeah, I'll start hitting, kind of following him downstairs.
Okay. As you're about to go downstairs, there is an older man that comes up the stairs.
Flexible.
He looks maybe middle-aged, cropped black hair, very similar features to Aegis, and he waves at you guys as he goes towards the back, going through this door, and he says, I'll have your tea in just a moment, miss, and all of you as well."
Thank you so much.
No problem. And he goes into this door.
Does he shut it behind himself?
He does shut it behind himself.
Can we?
I'm gonna
Can we
go over that way, and I'm gonna open the door,
Mhm.
assuming it's not locked, and just kind of like open it all the way, like excessively open. And
Okay.
then lean in and be like, "Can we get some cream with that?"
Okay.
and look at-
So it opens into what looks like a kitchen area, and he says, "Of course. I think I have some biscuits as well." And you see him at a very large potbelly stove, and currently putting water in a kettle, and going into the cupboard and grabbing some biscuits.
Okay. Having given Rain access to that area, I'm gonna come back over here.
Okay. All right. Rain, are you still proceeding downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So you proceed downstairs. The first thing you notice is you are hit with a very large, like a wall of like dried herbs and spices.
It
And
smells like smacks you in the face, kind of.
yeah, it's just a wave that hits you, and you look around. There are dried herbs that are being hung. There are flowers of all sorts that are bundled onto the ceiling.
Since I am so proficient in so many kits, is there anything untoward? I mean, like I would guess I would know like basic stuff, not how to use it, but like diviner stuff. Is there anything that's beyond that?
like particularly like, oh shit,
Yeah, any oh shit.
why do they have this?
Yeah, just roll like a really quick, like you're just looking around, it's like, why would she have this kind of shit? Sure, just roll a simple investigation check.
Oh shit check. No.
Okay.
Technically not a 1, but
Yeah, it's not a 1.
It's technically a 20, isn't it?
It is technically 20. All right, let's see.
Don't you have is roll?
that is reliable. It would otherwise
Okay.
it'd be like 9 or
Okay.
10. It would be 10 if it wasn't.
Oh, okay, it is reliable talented then. Gotcha.
It still shows you that you roll the 1 because some people like to do crit fails. But
Mhm.
it doesn't, technically crit fails don't happen.
Okay.
Not for skill checks, anyways.
But that's fine.
The first thing you notice is she has a lot of devilweed. It's a tobacco-like smoking drug. It's like tobacco, but more potent. She definitely has a lot of devilweed down here. She
Devil's
also,
lettuce.
It's
yep,
the devil's lettuce. Yep.
devil's lettuce. She also
Didn't
has.
realize she'd be 420 friendly. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, she also has a what looks like dried versions of ice lotus. It is a flower that is found in cold environments. That can be usually made into an oil that could give you the ability to walk on difficult terrain like ice.
Mm.
And the other thing you notice, just doing a very quick glance, is she does have a something called Obatus leaf. It's a very rare variety of holly that a lot of more powerful druids use as a divine focus. Usually those that are more akin to the plant-based magic.
Okay, so interesting, but not like really fuck.
No, not really. Oh fuck.
All right, I will continue moving on.
Okay.
Something
There
else
are
on the way out, but not right now.
okay. There are two doors. One to your immediate right and one directly in front of you. You hear some noise coming directly in front of you, very similar to the the ground floor. There are also crates here. And they look like they are starting to store some of the dried herbs in glass containers for safe travel. But there's some noise. You hear a couple individuals talking, and you hear a set of footsteps coming back out. And when the door opens, it's Aegis, followed by a very old woman with liver spots, very hair that doesn't seem very dense. It actually looks like she's losing a good portion of her hair, like she's balding. And she is carrying what looks like a very gnarled wooden staff as a walking stick, and there are a number of bone charms that are wrapped around this staff. There's the odd semi-precious stone that is on this staff as well, but the bone charms, they clink and clatter as she takes her very slow steps towards the staircase.
Okay, with how they open the door and move through it, would there be a chance for Rain to just kind of in after them, or
you can probably
as the door shuts? Or?
Yeah, you can probably. She's not closing the door behind her.
Okay.
So you can probably take the moment as Aegis is holding the door open for her to go through.
All right, I'll do that, and I'll warn them. I'll broach over, say she's coming up with Aegis now.
All right,
Just
thank
in
you.
case they're doing anything up there,
Okay. Currently, at this moment, while you're down there looking at all the plants and getting a check of the rooms, the older son comes back with some tea in a metal kettle and some. They're not the best ceramic teacups you've ever seen. They're rather plain. They're kind of beige. There's a tiny chip in one of them. And you see the older gentleman, and he brings a couple biscuits. They look like they're glazed with a little sugar on top. And he looks at you apologetically. He says, "I'm really sorry. We already had packed some of our better dishware away for the move. I hope this is acceptable. I have a." It is a cranberry tea. if you need something with caffeine, I can go back and make some green tea if you'd like.
Oh no, please don't bother yourself. It's quite all right.
All right.
It's
I'm
definitely
sure it's going
suffice.
to be fine.
Oh, I think I hear Mother. And you guys do hear the noise of a heavy wooden stick upon the stone steps coming up. Not the kind of music I would do for this scene. And you see this rather very withered human woman come up the steps, and she says, I hear that I'm Helka. I hear that you are looking for a reading, or perhaps contacting a loved one tonight.
Yes.
Prim does stand up, like,
Okay.
respectfully.
You see Helka, nod to, Prim, it's been a little while. How are you doing? How's your aunt and uncle?
They're doing well. Same Helka.
And
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. And she motions to her wrists and arms that look a little like her left hand has been, since Rain has watched her walk up the steps, stuck in like a claw-like position. The weather is not treating me too kindly, my dear. It's really inflaming the old joints. And how's that strapping young lad that's been staying with your aunt and uncle? Mal? Mal?
Prim's face goes like just bright red, and she was like, "Malbert is fine, thank you, Dame Helga. As far as I am aware, he is still existing."
That's good to hear. If you excuse me, and she will take a seat at the table. Can't stand up for too long. These old bones.
I'm going to insight check her and see if she's playing this up.
Yeah.
My passive insight is a 20.
Okay. It seems like she does have some difficulty moving.
Okay.
But
does it seem like it's as bad as she's like letting on to be?
It seems pretty bad.
Okay.
So,
see if she was legit or not.
So, my dear, I suppose we should your name.
Serafina.
And she looks over at Melanie.
Melanie, sorry.
No,
Huh.
it's no trouble. You see Aegis and the other individual go back down the stairs. So, how can I help?
Back.
Okay, so how can I help you, Miss Serafina?
Dakota, please.
So many animals.
Love the boy.
He wants to be all over me all the time. It's like, I like it, but also, man, I just want to sit at my desk.
I know.
Sometimes.
I feel you.
But well, thank you for agreeing to see me so not so late this evening, but this evening, Madam Helka. Let me say, you have a lovely house and 2 lovely boys.
Oh, thank you. I actually have 5.
Oh.
My other sons, they are currently helping me pack up. We are relocating to a warmer climate.
Oh, yes, your one son, Aegis, did mention that.
Aegis is a good lad. But we could use any money for the move, so usually for speaking with the dead, that's scheduled ahead of time. I need I need, the proper resources to perform the ritual. So
Of course.
we might have to wait a day or two if you want that done. But for like a simple reading, like a tarot reading, I do palms, but I'm not an expert in palms. I can also do that as well. And
I am interested in communing,
mm,
but I understand the time needed to prepare.
mm.
How much would that service be?
The service is 100 gold pieces.
Okay. And what about readings?
Oh, readings. It's the nature of the reading, but it's a couple silver pieces. At most, probably 9, depending on how extensive the reading you want me to give you is. But usually it's about 4 silver for just a simple tarot reading.
My bodyguard Melanie would be interested in a reading. I'm not sure specifically what kind.
Mm.
Quick, ask about your love life. Ask about Melanie's love life.
Oh yeah, I'll suggest over the brooch. You could always get a love reading. Oh, that's right. Prim isn't here. I forgot Lynn's not Prim. Lynn's not here. Too many similar sounding names. God damn it.
Well, we can go back to Rain.
Yeah.
So you're downstairs.
Just assume I'm trying to delay for time.
Yeah. So you're downstairs.
Yeah, so that
Oh,
room,
Lynn's
they
back.
just...
Well, okay, so
Okay,
you're
yeah.
looking, you see the 2 sons come back down the stairs, and they go to the room that's straight ahead.
Okay, so like I had slipped into the room.
Yes, you have slipped into the room.
What is there anything?
This looks like a bedroom. There is a fairly nice mattress that is covered in a dark gray bed cover with some woolen blankets, a pile of woolen blankets, neatly made. There are a number of strange things in this room. The first thing that catches your eye without any checks is there is a giant reindeer skull, a caribou skull, that
Cool.
sits in the middle of the bedroom on a table. It looks like there is a number of some stones around it, garnet, agate, obsidian. There is also what looks like to be a dream catcher that is hung above the bed, made out of what looks like a glittery thread, but as you focus, you actually see that the dream catcher is it has been woven from spider silk. So the caribou skull and spider silk dream catcher. There is a table that looks like it is a workshop table, and there is a number of metal parts on the table. There is also what looks like to be a small pot that looks like it's filled to the brim with some kind of water and some kind of, it looks like very thick parchment as far as you can tell. And there's a number of tools here as well.
So, the giant skull and stone, that seems rather standard, ish. I'm more interested in the table,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of take inventory of what's there and give a quick little report back up to the group.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be have 2 people talking, how that is, when 2 people are talking to me at once. And then do if I have time, if I hear them coming, do the standard check where, no one will ever think to look here, and that's all.
Okay. So the door is still swinging. So on the to your right, as you entered this bedroom, there is also another door. And you hear some noises. It sounds like objects being moved and put into a container. So like a empty crate or something. So there's a lot of noise of that going on next.
So I would
next
probably
door.
assume that they're moving, but who knows? Could be anything.
Who knows? Where would you like to look? I mean, there
Okay,
are some
so like
cabinets under the bed.
Cabinets under the bed, under behind. If there's like not behind like the dream catcher or anything, but there's anything on the walls behind, and like behind furniture, where like things can be.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Don't forget about traps.
So the first thing you notice, without rolling the investigation check, is the cabinets appear to be locked. The second thing you notice is that when you're checking the walls, checking the bed, checking maybe behind the work table, you catch you see there are splatters. Splatters of what looks like what probably was a lighter shade of ichor. It's very faint on some of the areas. It looks like a lot of it goes back to the workshop table.
So it's like I said, ichor, but of a lighter shade than I'm used to seeing in my line of work.
Much lighter. It's almost like a dark beige color that it's been dried up.
So I might think this is where she repairs or creates the homunculi or something like that. Maybe.
It's possible.
I don't know. I'm just a thief. I'm just
just looking around.
All right. So you're checking that out. Back upstairs. Helka is looking at Melanie.
Yes, I believe that my bodyguard Melanie would be interested in something. I think a love reading is what she mentioned before.
Lynn.
She's taking.
Oh,
I thought she was back.
All right, back downstairs.
Never mind.
Prim can do the reading too.
Oh, okay.
I think we're setting a course now.
Okay, then I think we're all gonna get love readings because I'm actually interested in getting one since
Prim.
since Heather suggested it. But I believe my guide Prim would be interested in getting a love reading.
Oh.
I mean, I suppose. I would like to know, if I'm going to. I don't ever really think about settling down, but I would like it if I had someone to sort of, share things with,
I see. Well, of course we can do a reading. She takes a tarot card deck. It's briefly catching a glimpse of the cards. It looks like in this version, the version of your typical Celtic tarot card deck. She
does it have dragons on it? My tarot deck has dragons.
She separates the minor arcana from the major arcana, so she gives you it consists of, I believe, 21 cards. Mm-hmm. So she gives you the deck. Could you shuffle this a few times? You need to bestow your energy within the deck.
Please.
Okay. Prim will take the deck and sort of like she has trouble shuffling it because she, like me, has short stubby fingers. Mm-hmm. And so she kind of just ends up doing like the awkward card shuffle. Mm-hmm. Instead of doing that slick thing where people like separate it into two halves.
Oh, it's fine. I mean I have long fingers. I can't even do the
Really? My mother
I have little tiny carny hands and I can still bridge, guys. Come on.
Black magic.
Yeah, I can't do it really well. honestly.
Right. But Prim will shuffle it as best she's able and hand it back.
All right. She spreads it out into a, like, resembling half a circle. So I would like you to pick 3 cards from this spread slowly. And we'll see what you...
Is something showing up on the thing?
No.
Okay.
I will
You
random...
have tarot cards in front of you?
I have...
You nerd?
Hey. I used to do tarot readings, so...
That's okay. I
think we all did at some point.
I own this specific deck, so...
Ah, okay. But yeah, I do have a Celtic deck in my possession. Alright, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, it's...
Okay, yeah, we gotta do everyone's now.
Yeah.
Alright, there are 22 cards, so let's see. Let's do roll a d22.
An 8.
Alright, we got an 8, so... Alright, and just do that 2 more times. 6.
A 6? Roll again.
Yes, please. 14.
14.
So 8, 6, 14. Alright, so 8, 6, 14. Alright, so I am getting... I don't want that. Alright,
This Ben & Jerry's is really good.
Right, so for Prim we have Death, Justice, and Hermit. And
All of which sounds thematic.
Yes, it does.
Justice is upright. Death is upright. And Hermit is also upright. Okay.
All of which is also good.
That's pretty good in this reading. Alright, so... Death. Justice. Alright. So... The cards are telling me, or what your future may hold, is... currently you are in a very turbulent time. Perhaps now might not be the best time to seek a partner until this period of change occurs. During this period of change, you are currently also doing some soul searching of your own. You are very accepting of all of this change. I can tell you what the cards mean individually. So justice is typically justice, fairness, truth, cause and effect, and law. I believe this card to be literal because of, well, she motions towards you. Death typically
nods. This is acceptable.
Death typically is not what people usually make it out to be, but death in this case can represent change and transformation. And the Hermit is the soul searching aspect. So I think this might be literal for you, miss. That during this change that you are going to be part of in some way, you are going to do some soul searching as well. And I do believe that this just change is happening for a good cause, to bring justice upon whatever you're doing. But that also tells me that you're maybe a little too busy for a partner until you find what you're searching for, or what this change or this process of change has to play out first. I apologize if that's not the reading you're looking for.
On the contrary, Prim looks elated. She looks at she's like looking at Melanie and Serafina.
Mhm.
And she says, like, kind of under her breath, "Will you please stop asking about Melbert now?"
Fine.
So these
I'll take
readings are 4 silver each, just so you know. We can discuss, we can do payment later.
Now that I think about it, I believe I actually would also like a love reading.
Okay.
Darren, you made the mistake of saying that you used to do tarot. And
Now
now
you're doing it.
All right. Rain, are
We'll
you
get back
looking
down
at...
to Rain
Okay,
first.
let's go back to Rain for a minute. Rain, so as this tarot reading is going on, it takes some minutes, a certain time, like a couple of minutes to interpret.
Time is wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So while
wibbly wobbly,
while they're
timely,
doing this
timey-wimey.
reading, so you do notice the ichor. You don't find any hidden compartments. The cabinets are locked.
Do I have time to try to unlock and look in the cabinets? I think I do.
You probably have some time. There are 3 cabinets. 2 smaller ones about waist height, and 1 tall one about probably human height. Probably
Yeah.
5 feet in height, and maybe...
Do any of the locks look maybe less used? Like she doesn't go in there all the time?
The one in the taller cabinet doesn't look very used at all. The smaller ones look like
Try
they get
that
more
one
used.
first.
The big... Okay. You're gonna try that one. I would like
to do inspect first, and then...
Okay.
I may have gotten a DM about this.
Roll investigation, please. Okay.
Fine.
Before you touch the lock, you look at it,
Mm.
and there is some very faint, like silver or whitish ink that's been like written on it. You get the feeling that this might be a magical trap.
I can't just spit on that and wipe it off with my elbows, my sleeve. So I'm gonna back off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said before anyone understands, if there's a locked cabinet down here sealed with a magical ink or rune, it seems. I don't know if there's anything to it, but it might be something to come to spell later or something.
Yeah. I would imagine this is happening while Prim is getting her reading. So I'll say over the brooch, you really need to get you like a wand of dispel.
I can't use that till I level up again. I know what. And having backed off that one, do the other ones, now that I've seen this This ink, do I see it on the other ones as well?
You do not see it on the other lens.
Just gonna pop those open.
All right. So you pop the first one open. You see that there is... This is very weird. There are a lot of glass eyes in here. Like, of all shapes and sizes and colors, and there look like there's bottles of dyes and syringes in here.
Is that like
I would bet
that?
money that at least one of those can see you.
Is it like and the other one, is it like more parts and stuff?
The other one looks like it contains the preserved organs of different creatures.
Lovely.
They're sitting in what looks like a pale, sickly yellow liquid. In
I
jars.
just may be wrong, but I'm getting like the sense of like you know that guy that comes in to repair Woody and he's got all the extra parts and things.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm getting. I don't know if that's completely wrong, but that's kind of like the vibe I'm getting.
It could be very similar.
I will note. Oh, this is wonderful. There seem to be various replacement parts, glass eyes, and preserved organs. I think I'm going to move on from here. I don't know if I've learned anything in particular other than this lady is creepy, but I'll check out the rest.
Well, I think we've confirmed our, information that she does homunculus things. So. There's that. But, yeah. I would suggest just looking around the basement to see how many other of her sons are in the house right now, and then coming back upstairs.
Will do.
Do it quickly. I'm going to get a reading, and then I'm just going to... We need to find something that we can hold over her head so that she doesn't attack us, or try to leave.
Perhaps whatever's in that especially guarded box, but who knows?
Yes, well, if it's probably an alarm bell, if I would have any guess.
Well, we can trigger it if we have to, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Do we know
Maybe we
what
can time it.
Do we know what Helka is, by the way?
We know she's Shatterkai.
Okay. That was my question, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Seraphina's reading.
Sure.
Can you roll, please? D22.
I have to move my hand so that I no longer has my hand as a pillow.
Horrible, Melanie.
I know.
You're a terrible person.
Valor.
I know, I'm terrible.
One of those people.
Okay, 8 for 22. She asks you to do the same thing, shuffle the deck.
Yeah. I'm sending you my energies over the internet.
Okay. Alright, so you have drawn... Alright. That, upright. Reverse, upright. Alright. So you drew the lovers upright, the star reversed, and the hangman upright.
Oh, this will be fun.
So the lover, she explains, represents by itself love, harmony, relationships, values, alignment, and choices. The reversed star indicates a lack of faith, despair, self-trust, or disconnection.
Jesus Christ, it's a little too on the nose.
And the hangman upright by itself, pause, surrender, letting go, new perspectives.
God damn it! What the fuck?
So
Breaking
she's
old pattern.
Tarot is so fun.
Tarot's fun, and you can make the interpretations any way you want. That's why
Yeah.
it's so good.
And obviously, Darren, you have my you have Zaitari's background, so feel free to hit it as hard home as you want.
Oh yeah. Well, Helka tells you that, well, if I'm not wrong, and I rarely am, it looks like you're currently in a relationship, but there's something wrong with one or the other party, or maybe both. Maybe I see that somebody in this relationship is having doubts, being afraid of what may happen. And in order for this relationship to actually run its course properly, one of the members of this party needs to let go of that feeling, that lack of faith, that disconnection. It seems to me that this person needs to change. This person needs to look at themselves and realize that they actually might have a good thing, but they're too scared of what may happen as opposed to what's going to happen.
Zaitari just kind of smirked in like a kind of semi-disgusted but also impressed kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, well, that's certainly a reading.
Prim is looking at Zaitari. Her expression's concerned.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything about what's going on.
No, she doesn't. When last she heard you and Zaitari and Tegan were fine.
Oh yeah. Zaitari. So she'll get up from the table and say, "Well, Melanie, do you want to round it out?"
Make Dara do more readings.
Back downstairs.
Again, I'm just trying to delay for time for Rain.
So you've opened up both cabinets. There are a lot of parts.
I mean, we never know what a natural 20 would reveal, but I feel like I've inspected this room relatively well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll try to investigate the rest of the downstairs area.
Okay. So are you going, so I believe I said,
There's a door where I heard noise. I'm gonna, like, just make sure that's what I hear, that, or if I do happen to hear anything else, untoward, but just see I just hear, if I can discern how many people are moving.
So you're gonna put your ear to the door and listen?
Yeah.
Okay. Just roll a perception check for me, please. In this room, you think you hear 3 voices, like just casually talking with each other, mostly about where do you think Mother will move. They hope maybe it will be into a bigger place. Worried that Mom seems very scared, since from the last visits that were paid to her, it doesn't sound like clientele.
As long as, if they keep talking more about the visitors or anything, I'm especially trying to listen in after that, if there's just any hints about who's coming. I think I know who, but,
Okay.
See if we can learn any more.
Okay.
Back upstairs.
Alright. So, Melanie, what up?
Sup? I was saying goodnight to Kelly, so if you said anything to me recently, I did not hear you.
No.
We were just suggesting that you should also get a love reading.
Sure. Why not? This is definitely the sort of thing that doesn't seem like a horrible idea. So, yep. Let's do this.
Alright, D22, 3 rolls, please.
Let me just do it like this. Boom.
Okay, 7. So we have. So we have the Fool.
Is it getting? I was gonna say, is it getting scary?
So we have the Fool upright.
I mean, I don't even know what it means, but that's.
I'll tell you in a minute. We have the Magician in reverse.
Oh.
It's not entirely bad. It's just the way you interpret it.
Oh, I was just like having a moment with my neck crack. It was so good. That was why I went, oh. And I realize now that was taken out of context and probably sounded a little weird. Apologize for that, but it was a good neck crack.
And the World upright. Alright, so Helka will tell you normally the Fool represents beginnings, innocence, spontaneity, and a free spirit. The Magician reverse by itself usually means manipulation, poor planning, or perhaps untapped talents.
Vote that say it's poor planning.
And the World.
Honestly, I don't think you're doing this very well because this definitely doesn't have much to do with me at all.
And the World by itself typically means completion, integration, accomplishment, and travel.
Yeah, this is all poppycock. I don't know why we're doing this.
She's looking at you like. Mm-hmm. Well, it appears I hit a nerve.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, let's see. I see, of course, the beginnings of what seems to be a very positive, very free relationship right now. I see that there may be things that will try to drive you apart. I see. And she pauses. That's strange. And she looks back at you. Something about you. Something about you. You need to discover about yourself, or it will tear at you. Because at the end of the journey, once you realize this information, once you can come to terms with what you've been fighting, what you've been trying to avoid, this will make you whole. Huh.
Cool.
Rain becomes invisible. What does it mean?
Okay, that was. She looks a little shaken. Well, and then she snaps back into fortune teller mode, and she's like, "Well, will there be anything else today?"
Oh, yes. Well, we need to schedule the communing.
Yes,
thing.
of course.
And then, of course, there's the matter of your payment.
Yes. So 4 gold, 4 silver each. So 12 silver, or 1 gold, 2 silver. So.
I'll hand her 1 gold, 2 silver.
Okay. All right. right. Yes, we can probably. I can probably gather all the materials in about 2 days' time. If this time works for you, then we can do it then. Um, who might I be contacting?
Most likely me, considering that Serafina is. I'm Serafina's contact while she's here in the city.
I meant
I thought she meant what dead person.
I meant the individual who has passed on.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's quite all right. Thank you, Prim. I look around. Are her 2 sons still in this room?
No, they went back downstairs.
Okay. I'll say over the brooch. Rain, if you could, please come back upstairs now.
I'll do so. So in my travels downstairs and upstairs, I heard the 2 upstairs, the 2 boys, the one that got the tea and the one that opened the door.
Yeah, so they went downstairs.
How many unique voices or people do I think I've seen?
You've seen 3.
Okay. I can only confirm 3 people
Yes.
so far.
Okay.
I'll mention that over the boat and come back up the stairs.
Okay.
Stand in the corner.
I'll confirm over the brooch before I say this. Rain, are you upstairs now?
Yes.
All right. I'd like for you to contact somebody. My father, actually.
Oh, I see.
His name is Scotty.
Okay. Scotty. Interesting name.
I insight check. See if there's any recognition on that.
Okay. She nods, and as she nods, she pauses at the name slightly, but doesn't seem more like she. If you're trying to insight whether she knows this person, doesn't seem like she does.
Okay, mostly not necessarily surprised, more so just kind of like a. Why would she be asking about him like she recognized that name?
Yeah, she doesn't seem to recognize the name.
Okay. And besides that, I do also have one other thing to ask you about. And I go into my bag of holding. I think about the soul cage that we got off of Eva's body. Wrap my hand around it so that she can't see it. Put it on the table. And then, like, sort of lift my hand up, but, like, just close enough where I can still snatch it off the table.
Okay. You see her eyes widen, and she suddenly goes very pale.
Don't make any sudden noises, or hurting your boys. We're just here to talk. Thank you for the readings. It was very lovely.
And you hear her mumble under her breath, I just want to be left alone.
I take the soul cage off and I put it back in the bag of holding.
She, like, puts her hand to her head. Alright, what do you want? What do you want from me? What can I give you that will make you leave?
I need to know where Eva is.
If I tell you what I know, will you leave me alone?
Yes.
Are you telling the truth?
Yeah. I don't have any other reason to get some kind of weird homunculus shit done to me.
Okay.
You say that now.
Also, do you guys want to see the picture, by the way, that I was distracted by?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you're ready for this. This is posted on Facebook, so I'm legally allowed to share it.
Y'all ready for this?
No.
Aren't they great?
That cat is like, fucking let me go.
I love them. I love them so much.
I will kill them. I will kill them all.
That cat's like,
No,
fuck this
stop.
shit.
Look at Cash's face.
Dogs are... That dog on, like, the far right, it's just like, this is my life now.
That's Macchiato.
Macchiato.
Macchiato, Cash, and Darby is the cat.
Oh, God. Okay.
I love Cash. He's very friendly.
So, Helka looks up at you
Continue.
and says, Eva is currently... Well, since you have that, I assume Eva's no longer in that one.
No.
She probably is back in the Feywild then.
The Feywild?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Across planes?
Yep. I don't know what you think you're getting yourself into, but you're getting yourself into a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm really just looking to kill a bitch.
It might not be that easy. I made 4 bodies.
I put my hand on the table like a Helka.
I didn't...
Excuse me. I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do we tell which one's real?
Her real body doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, so it's just some Voldemort shit. Nice.
What? Who?
Don't worry about it.
What happened to her real body?
She failed Sinestra too many times. She kept taking things from Eva's body after each failure until she was nothing. Sinestra is not a kind patron at all.
There's no way to remotely deactivate
She made
these bodies.
she made sure I didn't do anything like that to them.
Are you sure you didn't put anything in there that we couldn't just flip a switch and go boom, they're all dead?
Believe me, I would have if I could.
Well, do you know the location of the inactive bodies then?
I do.
Where would those be? Are they also in the Feywild?
Yes. They are currently... I need to get the map.
That's what.
I have the map. You want to go to Chateau Feria.
Can you type that?
Yep, I will type that.
Thank you.
Located in the Feywild, on the coast of the Murk Sea. It's also very closely... It's located north of the Gilded Run. It is the place where the rulers of the Summer Court reside. For Sinestra is the queen of the Summer Court.
So you've gotten yourself involved with some sort of fairy queen?
Eva...
She's looking at Zaitari.
Oh, no. But not me. This is all Eva's bullshit.
But it's your bullshit by proximity.
Well, honestly, I was kind of ready to drop it sort of after, the whole homunculus thing that we found out. But then finding out that she wanted to kill the Raven Queen, it's like, well, we can't let her do that.
Wait, what?
I told you this.
I don't think you went into super detail. No.
Probably
Just-
not.
Yeah. Knowing this group, you all rolled up into Prim's aunt and uncle house and went, "Hey, we're going after this bitch. She's doing something to the Raven Queen." And when Prim went, "Oh, sure."
True.
So you know her plan.
I'm guessing you do too.
Well, yes.
You know, this would be a lot easier to do if there was like some kind of failsafe in place.
I wish there was.
Are you absolutely positive there's no way to remotely...
You need to destroy the soul. Or go through all 4 bodies. And at that point, her soul goes back to Sinestra. Did she... So, when Eva came to me, before she withered away, did she take something from you?
Of course she did.
That was the threat she gave to me, because I had heard what she had been doing. But
Apparently I was a test.
You see... Oh, poor child. I'm so sorry for you.
She only took my singing voice.
She's gonna take more than that. She's gonna take your life.
Well, hopefully.
You don't...
She'll have a heart.
You don't... I don't... You only probably know part of the plan. Oh, no.
I think that
Please,
need
do
to give
elaborate.
I was very young and foolish when I did what I did. Many years ago with the Raven Queen. But being in her first service for so long, I did learn a thing or two about gods. I learned that once a god rises to power, a large portion of their power comes from their worshippers. You kill enough of them, you can weaken the god.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes.
Well, fuck, now we have to kill her.
But Eva's confident for a reason. Because her weakening of the god comes in 2 parts. The mass murder and sacrifice of worshippers. And one of her comrades slipped this out. She learned her true name. If you have both of those, and you can get her to a plane where she's not strong, the killing of a god is possible. But now you have a domain without a god. Why do you think Sinestra's helping her?
We absolutely do not need a Fey queen as the new goddess of death.
No kidding.
They're cruel and capricious at the best of times.
Eva threatened to take something from me. Eva threatened to put me on as a sacrifice. Though I have no love for the Raven Queen, I still need to take care of my boys. I can't die. That's why I did what I did. Because if she had killed me right then, guess where I would end up?
Where?
Back in the Raven Queen's lap.
True.
I already feel terrible for being part of this. Maybe I should have died. Maybe she would have granted me some mercy if I was able to tell her. But then again, she is a cold, cold entity. You need to be with you control winters. I didn't know what to do. I was trying to self-preserve. It is only in our nature to do so. She looks very ashamed at this point. I'm so sorry. Last I had heard, she was going to try to find an item that was linked to her. Use that to bring her where they could trap her.
Yeah, well, she failed in doing that, so.
She did?
Yes.
Good. Then
How do you think we killed her?
I see. So you bought time.
One of her.
That's, well,
Well, true, one of them.
there might be 3, maybe 2 left. 1. I don't know how many have been killed.
Well, worst case scenario 3, best case scenario just 1. Tell me, since the bodies you made are magical, would a very high level dispel magic work on making them die?
No. But there is something you can do. I specifically made them to be acclimated to the Feywild, meaning that a couple strikes of cold iron could perhaps make them wear out faster. Some very well placed spots, especially to the area where the cage is placed, could render them inactive quickly.
Now, I wouldn't. Since you do feel so badly about all of this, I don't suppose you would be able to use your various divination skills and maybe help us acquire some cold iron.
Or, if you have one,
I do actually.
do you have something that could also get us to the Feywild?
I imagine Prim would also know where to get her hands on cold iron weapons.
Cold iron's very rare.
Yeah. But we are in a city full of dwarves and smiths.
I have a weapon. Give me a moment. You can send one of yours to watch me get it if you do not trust me at this point.
I think you'll be fine.
All right.
I'll over the bush. I'll say rainfall.
Yeah. Already on it, Zaitari.
All right. She will hobble down the stairs, and she will go into the bedroom. She will wave her hands and magically unlock the tall cabinet that's in her bed.
Hi, Martin.
Hi, Martin. Oh, he's a good boy.
He was a very good boy for the landlord's inspection.
Oh, that's good.
He didn't throw up anywhere. Very proud of him.
Man, if people would be proud of me just for not throwing up, it'd be awesome.
I know, right?
She
Such a
takes
little
out
wonder.
that from the cabinet, and she will go back upstairs.
What size is it?
It's a dagger.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Rain needs more
Rain got a
daggers.
new weapon.
And she will put it on the table. It's very old. It's made of a single piece of cold iron, and it's very deadly to Fae.
I take a look at it.
All right.
I just pick it up and twirl it in my hand. So
it's very well balanced, for sure. It is, you can already tell that it is extremely, it hasn't been used for a while. The gem at the gem at the bottom of the blade looks like it is opal of some sort, but it starts changing color as well. I will also give you the stats in a minute. I have to transfer them into row 20. But
at this point, as I'm looking at it, I'm just going to say, Rain, I think this will do for you. And I'll just kind of hold it by, the middle of the blade so that the handle's out. So that she could do something badass, hopefully.
Invisibly juggle it?
Okay.
Well, I was more thinking that she would just pick it up and then appear. But that's up to you.
Like testing the balance, kind of like?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's very well balanced. It's very finely made. It is... This dagger seems almost unworldly to you. And as soon as you touch, like the flat edge of the blade, it's very cold. It seems to absorb
you said
the heat.
It damages Fae. I mean, I am a half elf with Fae ancestry. Does it?
It doesn't hurt you.
To it?
It doesn't hurt you. You probably need a lot more concentrated Fae blood in you.
Yeah, elves are so far removed. Like,
yeah,
like even
like Eladrin don't even have that weakness.
Yeah, it's and Eladrin are actually elves that have just lived in the Feywild, right?
Yeah, like they're the closest to Fae that elves can get. And
I'll have you know that I have a certain percentage of elf now. My elf heritage on 23andMe was.
I am at least 1/8 elf.
Yeah.
So that means that I get the college discount. I get free college.
Yep. Accurate.
But yeah, she says, it is yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I am moving because, well, I don't want either of them to find me again, but I have a feeling, even with all the magical protections I've been able to bestow upon me and my boys, I don't think that's contests any magic a fairy queen might have.
Well,
at this point, Raina has become visible because she just took a sword out then fucking air.
yeah.
I'm very sorry. I know that probably doesn't mean anything to you at this point, but
No, we.
I know
That's just how it is.
It's really messed up. That's the best way I can describe it.
Do you have any means for us to get to the Feywild, even if it's just the material components needed for plane shift?
I probably have the components for plane shift. I can't cast it myself.
No worries. I look at Prim. I think we have somebody who can.
Okay. I can't.
You will be able to eventually, and we
I
do have
will.
a scroll for it, so
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
we
I
just
can in one level.
got it.
Bittersweet can too.
I just imagine Rain like picking. This is so easy to read, and then accidentally playing shit into at 13th level.
Yeah, I mean-
Fred's just like, I can try.
What I'm really just hoping for is that we get another level. But that's just me.
We just leveled up.
Yeah, but we fought a lot of stuff in that tower. So, but anyways,
Darren, let us do cool stuff. Darren.
Don't you want me to be able to cast magic stuff as well? I
Oh my
mean,
god. Well,
Darren, please give.
it's
please
interest.
give.
It's freaking
Okay.
interested that you just said that.
Darren, please give KK another 2 points in stealth.
my passive perception is 20.
What's your passive stealth?
Right now, it's
Yeah.
23.
Do we ever just see Rain? We just don't see Rain anymore. We just don't notice she's there.
and when she's invisible, there's an extra +5 added to that. But anyways,
So, okay, so I'm going to add the description. I'm just trying to. Alright, so description of the blade. It does require attunement. Just so you know. Shocker. So you might
Now-
have to make some choices.
If you were to use it without attunement, would you still get the effect of the cold iron without the other effects that it might have?
You will get the effects of the cold iron. Cold iron is just like, if you stab the thing with cold iron, it's gonna freaking hurt a fae. Without attunement. It was just putting the image of this and giving you the name. Alright, and then KK, added by me. Requires attunement.
You don't have to add that. It's fine.
I'm gonna add that. And it is.
Right, finally, you've gotten me to get rid of that displeasure cloak.
It depends on whether or not.
what does it do? What does it do?
All right, here you go. It should appear. For you, Rain.
What does it do? What does it do? Share with the class.
Would it be under loot?
It is currently. I'll put it in the loot. It should appear under
Oh, I
loot.
see where it is.
Yep.
I go into a Caleb ball and just investigate.
Mhm.
Well, that's gonna take an hour, so.
Yeah. Now, if you have everything, my boys will need to pack faster. And maybe I can try to get some rest.
Well, good luck. I put another gold on the table.
Thank
And does
you.
she give us the material components for plane shift?
Yes.
I mean, specifically, we need the tuning fork for the Feywild.
Yeah, she can
that-
provide
yeah.
that.
Okay.
And she says, well, she looks at Rain, kind of like, hope she didn't take anything else.
I actually didn't. It's amazing. I'm as shocked as anyone.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
I hope you and your boys find safety.
Thank you.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How does one go about procuring a tuning fork that is attuned to this plane?
You might need to know a guy, but
Well, we can always ask Alexandria.
But
I feel that that's an important thing to have as well.
But I imagine that many places, especially Gadarn at the Thundrum, would be able to provide you one for the right price.
Yes. We'll have to see what places exactly Tilda knows. Or we can, again, ask Alexandria and think. We also have the scroll, and we can always use that as a freebie to get back. I'd rather save it, but it can always just be something that we use. Am I correct that we have a scroll of plane shift that we found?
You do.
Okay, that's
You
what
found
I
it
thought.
off of Eva's body.
Found. Yeah. Okay.
That bit.
Yeah, because wizards can't learn that. It's clerics, druids, and sorcerers. So she can't put it into her spell book. But we can use it to at least either get there for free or get back for free.
No, wizards can learn plane shift.
They can? I thought it said
Cleric, sorcerer, warlock, wizard.
Oh,
druid.
warlock, wizard. Then
bards can't. Bards cannot learn plane shift.
I'm not special enough to learn it. It's fine. I'm too far away enough with my warlock dips to get it anyways. We'd have to grind some dragons.
You could take. Never mind. Not gonna say anything.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not gonna comment on grinding some dragons?
Well, we already did that.
Yeah, she already did that.
I already did that, so.
You're not gonna comment further on grinding some dragons?
No.
I will.
She knows if she doesn't, one of us will handle this.
I know.
Look, listen, this needs to happen, and it needs to happen
Just
soon.
let it happen.
Okay. So you guys leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, how on earth are you planning on getting to the Feywild?
Well, we have the scroll.
You have one scroll.
We have one scroll. Currently, yes.
Yes, so that's one journey.
Yes. The getting back is the hard part right now.
I would assume that the getting back would be a prerequisite for the getting there to begin with.
Yes, I don't want to
You
go there unless we can get
planning.
back. Huh?
If you think that getting back is a prerequisite for going, you really overestimate our abilities to plan.
Oh no. One of the first things, I was adamant on Tilda getting teleportation circle before we went into the Underdark. And I'm pretty adamant that we will not be going to the Feywild unless we can get back. So unless we find another spell scroll, or we suddenly get stronger, we're going to have to put off going.
Or why not just find someone else who can cast it?
We can.
Your friend's a druid, right? Why don't you ask them?
Not he. They aren't specialized as a druid. And again, same problem. Can't cast it yet.
Well, maybe they can't, but I'm sure they probably know someone who can. You don't ever just see one single druid. There's always a load of them in one place.
I mean, how would
They
you
all
know?
hang out together.
I wouldn't make assumptions, Prim. They were kind of exiled from the clan.
Yeah, you don't know them. Okay, Brim.
I see. Oh, sorry if I made an assumption. It's just that
It's just not been made of it.
it's just that in my experience, you tend to find enclaves. You know what I mean?
Well, we do know an enclave. We can probably get into contact with them. we'll have to ask Tilda if she can send a sending spell so we can find out some information from them. See if they can get us plane shifted to the Feywild. But again, problem getting back. Unless they want to come with us. But somehow I don't feel like they want to stick around in the Feywild for more than they have to.
Is there perhaps somewhere we could go in this plane that has some sort of door to the Feywild?
We can certainly do research into it.
Because if we didn't have to use this plane shift scroll to get there, we could use it to get back.
Yes. I think we need to take a trip to the Ioun Temple.
Prim
Here.
looks severely unimpressed.
Prim, I'm sorry, but I don't know where else you want us to do research right now.
I'm sorry, it's not... It's not personal, you know that. It's personal for me, it's not personal for you. I won't stop you, but I'm not going to set foot in that temple.
That's fine. I don't think we're going to get into anything that's going to kill us in the temple. So, if you want, you can just wait outside.
I'm
Just
sorry.
be within
That was
broach
the
distance.
last we heard from them.
I'm sorry, it's just... Walking in there, it's like... It feels like drowning. It's awful.
Just be in broach distance and we'll get into contact.
Hmm.
And, I mean, I at the very least need to do some research, but I would appreciate help if anybody would mind assisting.
And I can help you look, but I'm not going to the research portion. But can fetch things quickly.
Melanie, you read a lot of books while you were doing your training.
Yeah.
It was a traumatic experience.
All right. Well, I guess we'll head to the Temple of Ioun.
Okay.
We'll ask first and then start doing some research.
Okay. Alright, so you guys head to the Temple of Ioun.
I know there's that priest.
Kindred. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So you head to the Temple of Ioun.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a couple individuals, dwarves, sweeping the halls. Kindred is currently writing in a very large tome when you guys appear. And immediately he stops what he's doing, hops off the pedestal, hops up what looks like a box he was standing on to get to the pedestal. And
Kindred, how's your manticore research going?
Rain! And he immediately bolts down. All the acolytes in the temple are just like, oh no.
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him. We have to live with them. You don't. You get the lead.
Oh, how are you? Oh, how are you? Oh, how are you? Oh, I have learned so much. I can't wait to tell you everything I've learned. You must be here for a reason. I'm sorry for what do you need? What do you need?
Nothing as exciting as manticore reproductive systems, but my friend Zaitari here can explain.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
Do you know of any doorways that lead to the Feywild from the prime material?
Well, immediately what comes to mind are the areas of the Underdark that are very unstable. Sometimes they have portals that lead to other planes.
Something more consistent.
Okay. I was figuring you didn't want something like that. There's unstable magic. You don't want to deal with that.
We've had our fill of Underdark recently.
Very true.
Well, I don't know if you don't want to go there. Typically...
Well, say it anyways.
Oh, well, I will. Jeez. Let me explain. Typically, because of their connection to the Feywild, typically I've heard that the Elven lands have areas that consist of places that could portal to the Underdark. But you really... One such place is called Briarthorn.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to go there. It's...
Why?
Well, it was the site of a very large battle. It was the it was called the War of the Wilds. There was some battle that took place. The elves are very hush hush about it. I theorize that entities from another world may have come in, and that's where they got their more of their expertise of magic. They're a little more advanced in the magical aspects. Briarthorn was a site for one of the major battles that took place in the War of the Wilds, and it was the epicenter for magic and learning, and now it's filled with undead. And
Lovely.
It's unstable, and but I've heard that they had a room full of portals that could take you anywhere you wanted, basically. But if it would still be working, well, that's one thing. I don't know too much about the Elven lands. It's been a very, very long time since I've been back. And well, typically they're not very kind to outsiders of the non-elf variety.
No, not really.
No. And any other portals you might have to look into the capital cities. The druids in that area might have a better idea than me. That's all I can really think of at the moment.
All right. Do you know if there might be any books here that we could look through that might have information?
On portals or on the Feywild?
Portals to the Feywild.
Portals, well, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to take a look in the library to do research as long as you want. You have free reign.
Any sections you might recommend we start with?
I would start with the section in the magic section. There I have a cross-reference of history and magic and probably the books on elf culture and elven lands and elf history.
Okay. Well, Rain, Melanie, do you want to help me look?
Of course. I'll gladly help.
We're gonna get this done.
I'll assist Rain with an investigation check.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Melanie to roll it.
Yeah.
So roll investigation with advantage.
Sure.
Alright.
Okay. So it takes a few hours. It's a smaller library, so it's not as big as some of the other libraries that you have encountered. You are able to put together some information. So the major cities in the Elven lands. Gotta go to Z map. There is Z map. Nimanel and Dindulin, the capitals of Duranethel and Nananlyre, both have portals to the Feywild. They would be difficult to procure permission to use typically those of higher standing, druid, like arch druids, and the higher magical ups would have to give you permission to use those portals.
Makes sense.
Yes. The text do mention Briarthorn being a gateway to portals in the past, many, many, many years ago. Whether or not they're still active or have been deactivated, as far as you know, you're not sure. You might be able to get away with going to the border of Dorenithil and Daidar. There are areas and pockets that have been reported that there are ways to get to the Feywild from there. Those might be a little unstable because the portals will open and close at seemingly random intervals. You might need someone who's very attuned to or knowledgeable about portals.
Oh, I wonder what ranger that would be.
If you're not looking for an elven land portal, there is another way to get there. The wilds tend to be quite volatile too. There have been reports of portals opening there as well, letting in fairy dragons and pixies of that manner.
Where is this?
The wilds, south of Dighton. If you open the map, it is detached from the mainland. It is a nation that does not have a ruler. It's called the Wilds because nobody has ever been able to conquer it. There was a failed invasion many, many years ago by Empress Yuli. And that was part of her downfall, actually. She lost so many individuals that the rest of the countries were able to rebel against her after she lost so many troops trying to conquer the wilds and its denizens. The lower portion of Waros is choked with Wanti. There are tribes in the wilds of Goliaths, shapeshifters, and cannibal halflings, and other individuals of that nature.
Cannibal halflings.
Yes.
All right.
Watch out for your shins.
Alright, I'm gonna hit enter on that as well. Coda's limiting what I can do right now. It's relying on me. But, alright, so that's a place to start. So I guess after a couple hours we'll leave and then go back to the house. I'm sure it's the middle of the night.
It's getting pretty late.
About how late would you say?
Probably 11.
Would you think Tilda is asleep at this point?
Maybe. Probably.
Okay.
She sleeps late. It's a possibility she's still up.
Okay. Well, if you want to roll like a percentile, if she's up, I'm gonna have her use some sending spells.
She is asleep.
Since she's not here to protest otherwise.
Yeah, she's asleep.
Alright, come on. Coda. Wow.
Hi, Coda.
Sorry, buddy. You gotta stop laying on me now.
He looks...
My lap is
He's like,
on fire. Okay.
The door, when Prim opens the front door, there's quiet for a second, and then and a dog comes running out of one of the other rooms.
Bittersweet's still a dog.
Ah! Okay. And then they will wild shape back. How'd it go?
Oh. Great. So busy. We'll just sleep for now, and then try to get some more information in the morning.
I suppose it could have gotten a lot worse in the short term, but it's pretty fucked up in the long term.
Yeah. We'll spend this time catching up Bittersweet on
Mm.
what's going on. I'm sure
Yeah.
staying up till like midnight, answering
Prim,
questions
yeah.
and going over things, and then going to
Prim
bed.
will make people tea if they want it. Or like she would offer. They have some wine that she can pour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
And
probably partake in some wine and then go to bed.
yeah. But I mean, Bittersweet would say, after, like the whole everything has been explained to them, would say, you could always go and ask my clan.
We could. They're close, but again, is that something that you want to deal with?
I would do it for you.
Then we can certainly try.
You've all been kind to me. I can't guarantee that they would welcome you with open arms if you brought me with you, but you might not find them ever without me to show you where.
True. The other thing is, we also know other druids. Contact them, ask them if they could potentially get us in through the Elven lands. We'll have to take an airship to get there, I guess.
Whatever you want to do, I will be with you all the way.
Well, let's send a spell to Alexandria. Let's do a sending to Alexandria in the morning. To see if she has a recommendation. If she does not, or well, it's going to be too difficult to get it done quickly, we'll try your tribe. Is that all right?
I think that would be fine.
Okay.
I have questions to ask them anyways.
No matter what happens, we'll protect you, so.
Thank you. I appreciate.
Oh, Rain, by the way, what does your fancy new dagger do?
Oh, this whole thing.
This thing, come on, what's it do? Other than stab things. I
I mean, isn't that what they're supposed to do? I mean,
well, I mean, that's
Well,
mostly. I would say that's mostly what you do rather than what the dagger does, but.
it's fair. The instrument is. Well, it's of course quite magical, as you might imagine. You might say on a scale of 1 to 3, it's a 2.
Ah! Might say it's a +2 weapon.
Yeah, you might.
In other countries, they might say it's a +2 weapon.
But not here. We wouldn't say that. It has 3 charges that it regains at dawn every day. You can use 1 charge to cast when you attack, to cast True Strike.
Oh god, I gave you like super advantage for fuck's sake.
He has it anyways, but now
I know. It's just like basically you'll have it all the time.
Well, basically, I'm going to have to give up the cloak from the advantage, so I'm going to. It was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Pretty much.
Yeah.
You gain a. You do 2 charges as a reaction to cast Featherfall, and you can use an action and expend all 3 charges to cast the Shatter spell. And I would assume that's the 2nd level?
Yeah.
It's not at 5th? No.
No, it's not 5th.
Does it recharge?
Yeah, recharges.
The charges do recharge, yeah.
And it gets them all back, period, at dawn. Oh, and you have advantage on creatures with the Fey tag and deal an additional 2d8 damage to them.
Wow.
Nice. So you're just going to have super advantage when we get to the Feywild, basically.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yep, pretty much.
Jared is audibly regretting.
You should.
Mistakes were made.
So, did you tell them what it's called? I thought it was cool.
No.
Is it called
No, what's the
Staggerator?
name?
It's called Nymph, last hope of delusions.
Interesting. Very goth. I like it.
Pain and desolation have a friend.
Yay!
Not that they would admit it. They all just sit around. We're not friends.
No, we don't know him.
All of your daggers are too goth.
We all just brood. They just brood together. That's it. Secretly pining for one another, but never saying anything.
Yeah, now I gotta figure what I get rid of. Do I get rid of Hellfire? Do I get rid of my Cloak of Displacement? I don't think I'm getting rid of the ring. That's hard to get rid of.
Oh no.
It's a decent situational dagger, I would say. Nymph.
Yeah,
say-
I think just before we go into the Feywild, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, a big thing alone is the +2.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
even have to
+2's
be
nice.
attuned to it to get it to do the +2
Yeah.
stuff. It's just.
So I'll
it just
still be
is.
having it in my hand. So I would basically get everything but the
charges, right?
the charges.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
Typically.
yeah, so it's worth carrying either way.
Yeah. For sure. And obviously, when we get to the Feywild, you can attune to it.
Oh man, we get to go to the Feywild.
More plane
Wild.
hopping. Yay!
Aren't
And
you
there was-
so happy?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Please-
fun.
Please just make it as weird as possible.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to go to the Feywild. I think it's
Please,
gonna be
God,
cool.
let it
Just
just be
make
so
friends with
weird.
All kinds of weird people.
Also,
I mean, it's a good
while
break from the horribleness of the Underdark.
While we're sitting at the table, I just turned to look at Melanie, and I'm like, "So, that reading was weird for you."
Yeah, that's fine.
And I look at Rain, and I look at Melanie. Do you want to tell her what
I
happened?
didn't hear it.
I actually don't remember what was in it.
Oh
I almost like fell out of my chair. I'm like, what?
Crap, what was it?
Full upright, magician reversed, world upright. Not that I have any windows open or anything.
Yeah, there was a thing about bad things possibly happening.
The important thing was, it seems like it's something about your heritage, and when you find it out, it'll change things for you,
Oh,
like,
I missed
drastically.
that.
That was all nonsense. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, like, do you know who your parents are?
Well, you've met one of them.
Yeah, well, who's the other one?
I don't give a shit.
I feel like maybe you should start giving a shit now.
I'm just saying, sometimes it comes
Someone-
back to bite you in the ass.
Someone
mean-
clearly gives a shit.
I found out I was half Shatterkai.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't look like anything other than a half elf. I'm pretty fine.
That doesn't
Well-
mean anything. Zaitari doesn't look like anything but a tiefling.
And your mother's
Yeah,
human, right?
Tieflings are kind of non-standard. Let's be honest here.
Listen, your mother's human, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so let's
she had a
assume that your
fling with an elf.
father isn't a standard elf.
Okay.
Maybe let's assume that your father might have been Fey. Or
suppose that's possible.
Eladrin.
Or what?
Eladrin.
Oh, right.
The more Fey elf.
Really
Variety.
elf.
Have you ever asked your mother about your father?
Yeah, a couple times when I was younger. She didn't say much about it. It's fine.
Maybe you should try again, because I did, and I found out that I was half Shatterkai.
DM, I have a question.
Yes.
If I cast Detect Good and Evil, or Detect Evil and Good,
Okay.
Don't do that. You don't want to know about Rain now.
would it be enough to be able to detect someone who was half Fey? or 3/4 Fae, or
I'm looking this up.
I have a feeling it's just going to be your decision.
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
You can
That's a-
you can try.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's gonna be a you can certainly try.
I'm gonna say, now, come on, guys. This is
I-
not always a pleasant subject. Let's back off a little bit.
Listen, let me try something. And it's the end of the day. I don't give a shit about my spell slots.
Okay.
Well, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good. I know upcasting doesn't do anything for it, but for the sake of maybe it'll help it be stronger, I'm gonna cast it at 5th level.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a message.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be very interesting.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be happy before I got the conversation I wanted.
Zaitari is always gonna be pushy.
There, I messaged you on Discord.
Or it's nothing.
Actually, it's about right now.
So, Primrose closes her eyes and she takes the holy symbol. She goes and fetches her shield, on which one of her holy symbols is, and she sort of holds it in front of her. And there's just a soft, warm wind that lifts her hair up and surrounds her. And when she opens her eyes, she is staring at Melanie, and her mouth falls open a little bit, and she says, "Oh, all right. So about which parent? About your father? How much do you know about him?"
I know that he was a man.
Are you sure about that?
I mean that he had a penis. That's all I know.
Are you sure about that?
Oh. It's just an assumption.
Because from my understanding, Celestials don't need much of anything in order to get someone pregnant if they want to.
I'm sorry?
I'm saying that whether it was through your father or through your mother, I'm not sure who, you're a good part Celestial.
Well, that's weird.
Does she
That's
seem
just,
shocked?
that's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know that the only thing I know about my father is that he apparently sang really well, and my mom got busy. So, good on her.
I feel like maybe you need to have that talk again.
So I would be able to tell. So this is not like in ASMR where she just has distant celestial parentage. This is much more direct, right?
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
God, what if it was Krellin?
I don't want to think about Corellin having sex.
Well, because Krellin is the patron of beauty and the arts.
True.
So...
Yeah,
And,
but he's narcissist.
Yeah, but he's the only male, quote unquote, male elven deity, not including any smaller deities obviously Illustrae exists.
Well, I
in this setting,
I imagine if Melanie was the daughter of a god, there would be many more things that would be apparent. My assumption would be that she's got direct celestial blood, but it's not a deity. It's like a planetar or something, right?
Yeah, but where'd the elf thing come from? That's the thing. That's why I'm saying like elf deity.
Maybe it's just what the Planetar looked like when they got busy. Who
You
knows?
have no idea how long.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like Prim is just like thinking out loud. She's just trying to figure out. She's like, I have no idea how any of this works. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna make a religion check.
I mean, I know how it works.
Not for that. Holy shit, guys. I'm trying to make a religion check on the elven pantheon to see if there are any elven deities that are known for their singing voices.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna say that's probably a no.
there's there's a fair number of minor gods out there that might fit the description.
Okay. Which ones?
All right, let me get the list.
I mean, like, so knowing elves and knowing the elven penchant for like beauty and art and creativity and singing and blah, 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 it's all of them.
wow.
All of them have beautiful singing voices. If you ask their
Basically.
followers.
All right, let's go. Let's see. Lesser supplementary deities.
I mean, you don't have to list all of them out. Like,
Thanks, Forgotten Realms Wiki. You've saved so many of us.
yeah.
I mean, are we narrowing it out to males?
Yes.
Okay, males. Males.
Male presenting. We don't know what Coralon is.
True.
That's pretty true.
Coralon's basically everything, isn't he?
He's yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't
it
he, like,
depends.
the ultimate shape changer.
Whatever he wants to be at the moment, right?
Yeah.
It depends on the setting. But, you know, Corellin, typically in, like, I think past editions was always a male, but it's kind of recent that he both. So.
Well,
They
he
are
was
they.
always a shape changer, though, regardless of what
Oh, yeah.
if he could shift gender.
Yeah.
I've always seen them as being like kind of the purest form of elven androgyny.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, that's how I read it in, especially in Mordenkainen's.
Mm.
And really, how much does gender matter to a god? You know, or sex?
True.
To Zeus, he fucking loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Zeus.
yeah, he
He sowed his seeds.
No, we need to stop because this is going to become a call-out post for Zeus. We need to stop.
Actually, as far as male gods go, Corellin's really the only one you know of.
Okay.
Definitely Corellin.
But there are a number of female gods. There's a few female goddesses that might fit the bill, but female. You never know.
Well, I mean, it also could be that the dad is a descendant of one of those goddesses, so it's fine. You don't have to list them.
Okay.
I was more so looking to see like what male ones are, but Corellin seems to be the only one, so that's all good. I have been satiated by my curiosity.
If you really feel the need to like interrogate my mother at some point, I suppose that's between you and her. But honestly, it's not a big deal. I'm not anyone in particular. Just good at hitting things.
Melanie, if it makes you uncomfortable, we don't have to do it all.
No, we don't have to at all.
I don't really mind. It's fine. I'm not going to seek it out. My mother was always fairly uncomfortable discussing it.
Okay, both Prim and Bittersweet are going to make an insight check.
Okay.
So
What are you trying to discern?
whether Melanie is lying about being uncomfortable.
No, she's
Rain
not
was watching the whole time for the same thing.
She's
Hang
not
on.
lying. She's not
Okay.
uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm not gonna roll Bittersweet
just-
then,
I
because
mean, if you think about it, she's always known she was a bastard. So it's not information that really gets to her anymore.
I fucked up.
And
I fucked up. I
Why?
tried to open both character sheets.
Oh. Yeah.
in 10 years,
Stop.
have fun closing that window.
Yeah, really.
I'm just reloading the page.
I understand that you might not care. And
Well, it
that's
doesn't change anything, is all I'm saying.
totally
I'm
fine,
still-
but listen, if there's a Shatterkai and they know how to fortune tell, they tend to be accurate. And what she said was pretty ominous to me, and I worry that it's more important than just your. I worry that it's something bigger than that.
And it doesn't change
Such
anything.
as
It doesn't change anything for you, as in relation to us, of course.
No.
But it changes a lot as far as someone who might want to get something from you specifically because of who your father was.
oh yeah, they were killing people for stuff.
Yes, with the celestial bloodline.
Ah,
Which, I mean, sure, we did take care of that, but it still
Well-
could be an issue again.
I will speak with her and see what I can glean from whatever she is able to tell me. Honestly, I mean, it's not like these people are always like, "Hey, guess what I am? Let's bone." So, you know,
That's true, but whatever information she can give might be able to help you or us look into it.
I suppose that it would be wise to at least be prepared for what could happen, even though it doesn't affect who I am or anything like that. You know, just a knight of the realm.
Yeah.
Not
I
this
mean,
realm, but a realm.
I never knew my father. Never really affected me. I was always just curious. But it's been more than just that for me in my experience. So, considering your bloodline, it might be more.
I know,
than
right?
just that. Oh yeah, everybody. This is fucking daddy issues the party.
Bittersweet knows who their father is.
Tilda got daddy issues. Rain got daddy issues.
Oh, dear
Zaitari,
God, it's
Melanie.
everyone.
I think Bryn had daddy issues. Did she?
Bryn's father was
Oh,
dead.
no.
No,
Fuck
you had
for
no.
sure,
She had
right?
noble issues.
She had noble issues, but like her father wasn't a big part of her backstory. I don't even know if I gave him a name.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking about the grandfather, great, whatever, however far back.
Party.
Ancestor
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah. Still male related.
So,
Tim just has parent issues.
Yeah.
yeah. Alright, I think this is a good place to stop.
I just want to do one thing.
Oh, yeah, sure, what's up?
With Tilda. Because I just want to know if we should explore this avenue at all with the sending spell to Alexandria.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. She would, like, groggily wake up and do the sending spell.
Yeah. She could be pissed at me next session.
Okay.
That's
So
totally
just
fine.
for timing purposes, Rain would like to talk to Melanie. Would you rather do it over a post? Or would you rather do it here or now?
Whichever. I'm fine with doing it, in voice if you want to do it that way.
I
Okay,
don't have
I
a
don't-
particular preference.
I don't have anywhere I need to be
Just
tomorrow.
do it now.
Okay.
I don't have any way.
Well, I'm figuring out
Just
these
do
words.
it!
Okay,
it!
so whenever they retire for the evening, Rain's gonna kind of like, turn to Melanie. So, that was an interesting revelation. Does it really not bother you? I mean, I didn't have very good.
That my mother might have banged a person of vague celestial heritage
Huh.
really affects her a lot more than me.
I suppose it does. Still, I just wanted to check.
No, I understand. I mean, I don't think it's going to affect me, especially because, I don't know that we ever really talked about it, but it's not like I'm going to directly have children. Can you imagine? How would I get in my armor if I were pregnant? It would be ridiculous. So I'm not ever going to get pregnant.
It's, kind of funny you mentioned that. This might seem a little weird, so I do apologize for that. Something's happened recently. Um, you remember when you came to me and offered me to use the Sunblade? If
Yeah.
you mentioned that wanting to pass it down to your kids.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
something you definitely want sometime.
Well, yes. I mean, eventually. I feel like I should adopt eventually because, I've got to have somebody carry on my family name. And, it's not bad to take some person and, train them in something and that sort of thing. But, I'm not going to, like, go find a dude and just.
Oh.
That's 9 months of torment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, sworn. It kind of scared me when you said that. Just because I know you were going to swear yourself as a knight to someone else's service, and there's something about that I find inherently have an issue with, and especially passing it along to a child who had no say in the matter.
Well,
But
that's actually one of the reasons I wanted to do some sort of adoption with somebody who's maybe already in teenage years. They would actually have a choice in the matter. They wouldn't be passing on a title to some.
don't get me. I wasn't trying to accuse you. It's just
Oh no, I was
I've
actually.
been.
I understand. If you think about it, I didn't ask to be in a family that was noble heritage-ish or any of this, and what I made for myself is significantly better than I was born into. It's better to have a choice.
That's exactly, and just when you said it, it kind of, I don't know, made me a little afraid. I'm really happy right now, and I haven't always been.
I'm happy
And
too.
that meant it might come to an end someday, but also that I didn't care and I was going to hang on to it as long as I could. So
That's
I just
very
wanted to
sweet.
let you know that.
Mel kisses her.
Cheers.
Aww.
And Fidblood.
Good news, everybody. Alexandria got back to Tilda, who obviously told me because there's no middleman in this situation. Angelo can take us to the Feywild. We need to go back to Valido.
What? You can just pop over for a good time?
I mean, he's a high-level spellcaster, so that's not really that surprising. And honestly, if he wants to help us
Yeah, but I thought he was a warlock.
navigate and stuff, then cool fucking beans.